Hi, my name is Derek Burling. The exercise that I'll be showing in this video will be played multiple times through. I will talk about it in its entirety, and then we'll talk about the video itself and the movements that this guy is making, the progressions he is making, and the improvements that he needs to make in order to become a better squatter, and which in turn will help him become a better athlete. The exercise that I'm going to show you guys today is the back squat. This exercise is going to help all athletes increase strength in their quads, hamstrings, and glutes. To be a great athlete, one has to have strong leg muscles to help them perform the best they can. To begin this stretch or exercise, have the barbell placed on the rack in front of the athlete at about armpit height. The athlete walks under the bar, they are going to set the neck at the high bar placement, placing the bar above the posterior deltoids and the neck's base. This is all accomplished while having their hips and knees underneath them in an athletic position, with having the hips and knees bent, along with having their hands at a closed and pronated grip, with the hands being placed a few inches wider than shoulder width apart. A good place for both their hands to be set is on the knurling of the bar. With the elbows, some trainers also like to have them pointed directly in line with the ribcage, as this helps them keep the chest up. When using the high bar placement, we also want our athletes to raise their upper back and shoulder muscles, as this helps create a shelf for the bar to rest on. When they are physically and mentally ready, the athlete should let the spotters know they are about to begin. They should lift the bar out the rack with their knees and hips and take a step back. In this position, we want the athletes to still maintain that athletic position, what's the ones they have created since the setup portion. The only difference being is that they are upright since they are standing. In this position, we want our athletes to have a feet shoulder width apart stance and knees partially outward to allow our knees to be over our foot. Standing feet flat with our head in neutral spine and chest up allows us to have an arched back, as this can help us also have control of the bar. With the athlete being in the proper position, we want them to begin the downward movement with the knees and hips flexing slowly. While the athlete is maintaining a neutral spine, their focus should be to sit back while keeping the chest up. While this is occurring, their elbows should maintain the same elbow positioning as the setup and the lifting of the barbell off the rack, with the elbows being in direct line into the ribcage. Also, the head should be in neutral spine, and to help this, their eyes should be focused on the floor on a horizontal angle. Finally, during the downward movement of the squat, we want to have feet flat on the floor, keeping the knee in line over the foot, and in particular, the second toe. The eccentric part of the squat will continue until the thighs are parallel to the floor. From this position, we want to drive off the floor using our heels and driving our knees out. As we come back up to the starting position, we want to extend the hips and knees and maintain the position that the athlete is in. We want them to do this, as all we're doing is just shortening up the muscles when rising up. We want our athletes to have both feet on the floor, as we talked about, and drive through the heels with their hips underneath them, and have the body's weight be evenly distributed throughout the body. The reason for this is the more weight they have, or more weight they gain, and the more squatting weight, or the weight they try to squat, this often will become better and help them decrease injury. Finally, we want to keep driving our knees and hips through, driving our heels, as we said. At the end of the set, though, we want to let the spotters know that we are racking so they can help assist and we want the athlete and the spotters to help, or the athlete specifically, to keep a tight grip on the bar until they and the spotters have the weight fully supported on the weight rack that they took it off from. A few cues from this exercise is to sit back, have the upright chest, and maintain the position that they are in, no matter if they are in the starting position or in the parallel squat. The analogy that goes with the back squat is the elevator, as this person goes up and down the elevator when they are squatting. The mistakes that they could make when squatting, as you see in this video, is when the athlete drives his knees inward compared to outward when driving up from the parallel squat. Another incorrect movement of the squat is when the heels rise off the floor. Both of these exercises increase injury for an athlete, and if a person is unable to perform a squat for this reason, they should start small with exercises such as the bodyweight squat. To correct this issue, we want our athletes to focus on sitting back when squatting to put most of the weight on the heels. This will help improve and increase their form, and increase their flexibility, and increase their strength over time. So I understand this was without weight, but he does a good job getting set up. Besides the hand grip, he's in that athletic position, ready to go. Neutral spine forward. He does get deep in his squat and drives up really well. But at the same time, all habits should be the same, and he should have great hand grip from the start. His knees do a good job. His heels sort of rise off the floor, but that's as he's popping up. And he should rack it better because habits we talk about, and this also decreases injury. So thank you for watching this video.